Top of a major developing story, a court ruling in Georgia that's getting national attention. A Fulton County judge has struck down the main parts of Georgia's strict new abortion law, which bans the procedure at about the 6th week of pregnancy.
Atlanta News First reporter Rebecca Schramm is joining us live. She's in downtown Atlanta this noon. Rebecca, Georgia's Attorney General's now appealed that ruling.
Yeah, which was no surprise, Gurveer and Rob. Either way, the losing side was going to appeal. As it stands now, abortions are once again legal here in Georgia up to about the 20th week of pregnancy. It's now up to the Georgia Supreme Court as to whether it stays that way.
I have confidence in the Georgia Supreme Court.
State Senator Jen Jordan, an Atlanta Democrat, has long opposed Georgia's strict abortion law that the General Assembly passed in 2019. She thinks the state's highest court will agree with Fulton County Judge Robert McBurney's ruling, which has now suspended the 6-week abortion ban. McBurney said lawmakers passed it at a time when Roe v. Wade was the law of the land, according to U.S. Supreme Court precedent at the time, and was therefore void the moment it was signed into law. Meanwhile, Republican State Representative Ed Setzler, who crafted the so-called heartbeat bill, thinks the Georgia Supreme Court will uphold the law.
There's no surprise that a liberal judge in Fulton County is going to try to put a roadblock from implementing a very solid, sound, thoughtful pro-life law.
If he's wrong and the Georgia Supreme Court agrees that the 6-week ban should not stand, lawmakers could start over from scratch. But keep in mind the 2019 law passed in the Georgia House by just one vote, and there's a slimmer majority of Republicans in the General Assembly now.
I don't think they've got the votes, one, but I also don't think the will is there.
Jordan put forth this challenge.
Now that we know kind of what the lay of the land is legally, now after Dobbs, and we understand that this sort of ban would actually hold up. Let's see what the political will is. What is the will of the legislature? And let's see if they're able to get anything actually out of session this year.
The next legislative session begins in January. The Supreme Court should take up the case pretty quickly, but it could be well into the session before that happens. Live in downtown Atlanta, Rebecca Schramm, Atlanta News First.